I'm going to wind this up.
Hi, I'm John D, and you're watching Community Heartbeat, a weekly docu-series highlighting the most important events taking place in your community, exploring the concerns in your own backyard, and working together to find effective solutions to those problems. Hi, I'm John D, and this is Community Heartbeat. Los Angeles is going through a heap of change. A trash heap, that is. Over the summer began the rollout of the city's new Recycler program, designed to provide access to recycling to over 85,000 new businesses, apartments, and multifamily homes. This town hall was designed to give stakeholders a chance to come face to face with representatives from Councilwoman Nury Martinez's office, the Department of Sanitation, and their new trash hauler, Republic. If you haven't heard, so far the rollout has been pretty rough, and we're trying to get some feedback from our stakeholders and our different community members.
I think most of the people here have real issues. My costs are up 198% at one building, 170% at another building. It all translates into $8,000 more a year for less service.
The program creates 11 zones in the city, and each one is going to be handled by one of 7 Recycler service providers, or RSPs. The presentation, like I said, will tell you about all the elements of that program and the benefits of it to the city, for the environment, and for businesses. The exclusivity of these contracts, the whole purpose is so we can avoid the lowballing that the other haulers were doing. So you might have had wonderful rates before, but
yeah, so you've taken them away.
And what was happening with these wonderful rates? Why they're taken away is to regulate the system.
Why any regulation? It was working fine.
So that's why, because of all the issues that I said, the benefits, the environmental benefits, that wasn't happening. Okay.
This is Sun Valley. That's what we do. We recycle.
So what this is gonna do is this is gonna afford for better recycling. Monitored recycling.
Liar. Excuse me, please let her speak. Asked her to present.
She's presented.
We were told she would present.
It would be nice if you were speaking the truth.
But that's everything.
And there's a reality. There's a reality that's happening that you're not talking about. You're giving us words in a book. I can give you the reality of what's happening, not your fancy writing and not your words that are just words. The reality is, and I have the proof, that on several buildings, the charges went up as much as 300%. 400%.
400 at 395 on one.
Thank you for the wonderful segues. So let me talk about rates right now.
Don't talk about rates.
So
Let me finish because it's all
rates.
bullshit.
So what's included in your rates?
Let him finish his
In the
thought.
rates are fluid recycling.
No, you know, these people have the issue.
I'm going to finish the presentation.
These people
and we
are
have
here
time,
to discuss
and I am going to explain the rates.
unusual
Do you
rates.
want to
I'll
know about
talk
the
as
rates?
long as you
I'll
want.
talk as long as you
Because
want to.
these
We're going to go
people
over the
are
rates.
being screwed by your...
Can we talk offline? And
We don't need to talk offline. Let these people talk.
As you can see, the energy was through the roof.
Right now, before this showed up, there were 2 dumpsters. One I was sharing, and the other was for one business only because they had a lot of trash. Now they're saying we cannot share. We cannot share dumpsters.
Those people are strong-arming the people who have businesses and apartments, and it's forcing them to accept fees and stuff that the city never set.
Hey everybody, okay, so thank you very much. It seems like everybody's kind of passionate about this, and this is great. Again, I'm with the Budget Advocate Committee. We're an extension of the neighborhood councils, and we represent the entire city. So you can speak to us and the guys with the counters about any region, not just Council District 6. But a couple of things that I wanted to key everybody into. Everybody's got their individual problems and their individual bill hikes, and we want to hear everybody's story.
There's a letter from
There
one
are
of
some
my
great
tenants.
articles
60%
that, back in
increase.
2016.
Another one.
And
63%
All of a sudden,
increase.
everybody's bill is going up 200, 300%. It's a funding
They've missed
infrastructure
half a
improvements.
dozen
Isn't that
pickups
just some kind of
in the past few weeks.
tax on
My
owners and
manager
business
waits
managers to
up
create the
to 3
infrastructure?
hours on hold to talk to somebody.
And I feel that was extremely unfair. We went from $403 a month to over $1,000.
Thank you. Okay.
We need to look a little bit deeper. Some of this stuff, okay, there's a $200 million infrastructure promise here. Kind of sounds like you're funding it. So, yeah, exactly. A couple other things. So there was already a lawsuit brought from one of the owners associations, and they raised some valid concerns, and a lot of this stuff is exactly what's getting raised today. The first thing you're going to do is make sure you've scheduled your waste assessment with the respective hauler in your area. You can find that information here.
I had a gentleman from the Republic come in and do my waste assessment. He's going to take my trash from $85 a month to $487, and I invited him to leave my property. I was absolutely irate. I got Marcus on the phone, and I said, what are we going to do? And we pulled this meeting together so that you could all voice your opinions. And you all need to call the 800 number. The number is listed behind me. It's 1-800-773-2489. Write your letters. Here's a recycla@lacity.org. And they said, put your claim right in what your problem is, right in the subject line. And keep on. The squeaky joint gets the grease. Look, I went back down to $90. This is Jim D'Antona. He is Nuri Martinez's chief of staff. And I would ask that you give him the respect and give him a chance to answer your questions.
So each area is different. So Republic may have printed that, but they printed from the contracts, as I assume, that they signed with the city. So those fees are in the contracts that were approved by the council. Agreed. So with Republic, we've been working closely with them to make sure they get to the owners, the property owners, to try and discuss this. Now, if you still don't think you got the right amount, that's what we're here to try and resolve and make sure, and the city inspectors are here to make sure that one side, you aren't being bullied out of the next piece. I know you're not all from Sun Valley. Those of you from Sun Valley know one thing. All of the waste of the city came to this community, and it did it in an open air, all the trucks coming into this area and dumping here. So what I will tell you is when your guys were paying $30 to $40 and they were dumping for free, they were being dumped in our district. And the people of this community had to deal with that. Now, we're asking them to clean it up.
The main thing I think that people need to look at is to follow the money.
And regardless of what you want, we're going to give you something else. I was told by the people that went and visited me.
To clean up the city, and those are all good objectives, and we don't oppose those. But this is not how much it's going to cost.
Now, I can stand here like any other host, lean left, lean right, but that's not me. We're going to find a practical solution to this and look at it objectively. If you tell me, I'm not going to drop it. I can't say the same about anybody else, but the budget advocates, this is one of our main concerns this year. Quick synopsis on the budget advocates. Basically what we do is we are elected from neighborhood councils. There's 36 of us. So 3 of us represent 9 neighborhood councils, roughly. This is my region, Region 1. So I will not drop this ball. When we meet with the Department of Sanitation, all the concerns that we are documenting, not only are they going to be aired online and make sure that we get like some real buzz about this, but yes, we want to make sure that we follow up.
Will it make any difference?
Yes. Like that's the reason we have these, and I'm an advocate for things just like this, like a town hall. And yeah, I don't work for the city. I'm a volunteer too, so it's like I want to make sure that we keep our.
Well, this is definitely going to be an interesting story to follow. I think it was pretty apparent tonight that people are irate about the rollout, and what we're going to do is consolidate these concerns, follow up with the people that we interviewed tonight, and hopefully create a dialogue to try to work out some of these inefficiencies and fix this system before it's too far gone.
This is our first episode of Community Heartbeat. Stay with us throughout the year because we're going to continue to bring you stories from your backyard. Have you experienced any of these issues? So what did we learn? That the whole is greater than the sum of the parts. That when you're faced with an issue like this or any other, you turn to your neighborhood council and your budget advocates.